Hey, I'm glad you could stop by. If you're watching this, and I assume you're thinking about doing some water treatment for your home, you've come to the right place because we use a network of professional plumbing suppliers all over the United States and Canada to make sure that you have the right solution the first time. Canister itself has been around for more than 50 years providing water solutions for any kind of water problem you could think about. Well, whether you do something right now or do something in a few minutes or do something in a few weeks, you've got a few basic things you want to answer for yourself. Number one, do I need it? We do a series of water tests to show you why you need it. Number two is, do I trust the solutions offered? And number three is value versus investment. What I want you to understand, though, is there's a big difference between cost versus value or expense. A couple of things I want to show you here. This glass, all I did was get this wet. See how the water's breaking up all over it? If you let that drip dry, that'll come out looking about like that. Well, you probably never use hand soap and cold water to do dishes, right? I'm gonna wash this glass with cold treated water and just basic soap. And wow, you can feel the buildup on that. Yeah, so you guys use jet dry, things like that. A lot of families do. Nice thing about this is all those chemicals are eliminated because you don't have anything in the water to leave a spot. So see, now I can let this glass drip dry and it's gonna come out spot free. We'll come back to that in just a few minutes. Now, the way soap is affected by hard water, I've got these two beakers here. One of them with treated water, one of them with hard water. Now I'm gonna put 5 drops in both of these. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is what I want you to really notice here. Now you see how one's clouding up and the other one's staying nice and clear? That's the hard water, but soap has one job to do, and it's attacking the dirt. It doesn't matter if that dirt's on you or in your clothes or in your water. It's got to clean your water before it can clean your clothes. Look how clean that is. Now, I want to shake these up. Let's pretend this is a washing machine or a bathtub. Now, you see that? That is the soap scum that you get on the bathtub. That ring around the tub didn't come from you. Now check this out. If I do the same thing with the purified water, suds go all the way to the top. Look how nice and clean and clear that is on the bottom. So you have two ways of treating your water. You have chemical addition. That's how you do it with tap water. You have to go to the grocery store and buy things to clean up after things like soap scum, Tilex, CLR, Jet Dry, all these other products that you have to buy. The different toxins we have to keep in our home to keep the buildup off of things. Now, and how does it affect your beverages? I'm a big tea drinker, coffee drinker. See how clean and clear that looks? Look at the same tea, sitting the same amount of time. Look at the difference. This gets all nice and murky because the tannins in the tea are coating all the junk in the water. There again, that's a lot more appetizing. And when you melt your ice and you get those little flakes that rain down to the bottom of your glass, you never want to take that last drink. Yeah, with the reverse osmosis, you wouldn't have that. And you get clearer ice cubes. Now, we do water tests to make sure exactly what the parameters are. So if it shows less than 1 gram per gallon, that's considered soft water, and very hard is over 10.5 grains. An aspirin tablet weighs 5 grains. So if your water comes out at 10 grains hard, every gallon has 2 aspirin tablet sized rocks dissolved up in it. And that's what leaves this buildup back behind. If you've ever had a tankless water heater, this is why you want soft water with it. Because if it'll do that at the inside of that water heater, what do you think it's doing to everything else in your home? The element in the bottom of your dishwasher should be black. Most of them are white. And when you look at how it affects water heaters, you know you lose 21 to 30% of your energy consumption. It's like putting a rock on your stove and putting a pan of water on top of it. You're trying to cook through that rock. Doesn't make any sense. And when you're bathing and showering, the last thing you want to do is coat your body in all this stuff. So it's a good idea to clean it up, because if it's doing that, then it's going to coat your shower too. And that's why you get all the buildup and stuff, and you have to go buy the chemicals and clean your showers like you do. So if you put yourself or an item of clothing or whatever you have in the water, and it's like this, it's going to come out pretty well like it went in. But look at that. Now, I did take a washcloth. It's freshly laundered. It was in hard water. 1 Tide Pod. And I just saturated it in treated water. And we're just gonna wring this out. Wow. Look at this. Look at the suds. Have you ever been outside on a hot day, you start sweating and you start getting itchy? Soap's a skin irritant and sweat turns it on. You got enough soap in one outfit to do a whole load of laundry in treated water. It'll definitely make you itch. Take Tide, it's formulated for 60 grain hard water. They have to make it that strong, because if it doesn't overcome this, you're not gonna buy their product again. Now, something I want to show you that's very special about our equipment, and it actually learns your water habits. So if it knows you don't have enough capacity to get you through the weekend, big laundry days, because it knows that Saturday traditionally, for instance, is a big water usage day, it'll regenerate to make sure you have the capacity. But let's say you're sitting there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you don't have enough capacity to keep you in soft water for the rest of the day. The unit realizes that, and it can do a short 20-minute regeneration just to keep the water soft. Now, if you take, you can see how the suds are still standing, perfectly soft water, and you introduce just a little bit of hard water to it, all these benefits that you're going for go down the tube. Now I can keep shaking this back up. But see, that's why your system has to have the capacity set at all times to make sure that you have cleanliness in your water. You don't have all this junk in your water. That's awful, isn't it? So that's the nice thing about our equipment. If you're sitting there and it needs to regenerate, it will. So you always have good water. Some common things that we deal with city water, the hardness, of course we take that out. Bad taste and odors. We have a chlorine removal system on our equipment, on some models, that has a tank with catalytic carbon in it that'll remove the chlorine from about 1.1 million gallons of water before it has to be exchanged. And we also have ultraviolet technology to help out with line breaks for things like boil alerts and people with compromised immune systems, things like that. So you've got 2 basic types of water that we're shooting for here. Your working water, that's the water that goes on you. Then your drinking water, that's the water that goes in you. You have to filter down a little finer to kind of get to that point for drinking and cooking. So we take care of everything A to Z for you. We have a solution for anything that you might need. I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to giving you great water for years to come. Thank you.